Okay, so we're going to talk about 1 John 5:1, which is a classic passage that is a proof text for Calvinists, claiming that regeneration precedes faith. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read a couple of verses in the passage after the first verse, which is what they quote. And you tell me how this can even closely square up with what they're trying to say this is saying. So the verse is, everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God. So what they claim there is that, oh, look, it's saying that those who believe have been born of God, meaning they've been born of God before they believed. So how does that square when you read other verses in the passage, such as, and everyone who loves the Father loves whoever has been born of God, born of Him? So are we to suggest that we love whoever has been born of God before we love the Father? Or how about in verse 4, for everyone who has been born of God overcomes the world? Are we to say that we're overcoming the world before we've been born of God? Or how about verse 10, whoever believes in the Son of God has the testimony in himself? Are we to say that we have the testimony in Christ before we believe in the Son of God? Well, it just doesn't make sense, because the next verse says, whoever does not believe God has made him a liar. So are we a liar before we do not believe, or are we a liar after? But it's very clear, the context is saying, because he has not believed in the testimony that God has borne concerning his Son. So whoever doesn't believe in the testimony, does not believe in God, is a liar. Whoever believes in the Son has the testimony. It's very clear. He believes, and the testimony happens after. So, reading these verses and the way John writes, how could we even come close to squaring the first verse with everyone who believes that Jesus is the Christ has been born of God, suggesting the born of God thing happened before we believe? I think that this is a really weak argument for Calvinists in this verse. Or we could just say we've overcome the world before we've been born of God, which makes absolutely zero sense. Or that we're loving those who have been born of Him before we love the Father. Well, it's crazy to think of these things. It's obvious what the Scripture is saying. We believe, then we're born of God. We love the Father, and then we love, which transcends into we love those who have been born of Him. We love the brothers and sisters. That's exactly what John's trying to say. Those who do not love the brothers and sisters are not of God. Very clear. Hope this helps, and please do the research yourself, read it through yourself, and see and test what I'm saying for this. Read it clearly, each verse. Verse 1, first part of 1 and the second part of 1, verse 4, and verse 10, etc. And see what I'm saying. Thanks.